Destiny 2 beta?
It was so great. I got to play it for hours and hours on end.
Is that sarcasm? I don't know human emotions.
Yeah, you know what I got to do? I got to adjust my screen bounds and then adjust my screen's brightness, and that's it.
How about you, Jonathan? How was the Destiny 2 beta?
It was alright. Kind of slow, but felt good.
Okay.
Hey, Isaac, who's Rachel?
Oh my god.
So, apparently this was a joke that you guys tried to play on me.
Oh! I'm so confused, yeah.
And I was just like, dude, I'm trying to hang out with my fiance. Like,
What was the joke?
Bye.
Well, Isaac and I were talking about, we were talking about how he was saying specifically that Isaac was saying specifically that he doesn't like it when other couples will talk to other people about their relationship problems.
That's where the joke was coming from? Because he walked in when we were talking about random stuff?
No. Let Devin finish.
No.
Sorry.
So he was like saying that like your fiance is like talking to one of her friends about her relationship problems and
the friend's
relationship problems, and you're like, yeah, I don't like that because that just, why don't you just work that out between you two? I don't have that problem with me and my fiance. I'm just like, well, it makes sense, have a different perspective. And also there are some things you don't want to, there are some things you feel like maybe at the time you can't say to them, or like you want to say to them, but you shouldn't say to them. But I was like, I guess I can understand where you're coming from. So then I said, it's like, well, sometimes I feel the opposite way, that I feel like I can't talk to people that are in relationships because I don't want them to tell their significant other what I said, because they fucking share everything like some of them do. And I just like, and it's fucking annoying in that way. Like, I don't want to be talking to you, Isaac, and being like, yeah, I like to titty fuck girls. I really like to titty fuck girls all the time. And then I don't want you go and telling your fiance that, because then she'd be like, oh, that Devin's a weird asshole. Like, I was going to hook him up with my friend Rachel, but I mean, I guess not anymore. He's just going to fucking start titty fucking her. Like, I mean, she doesn't have that big of boobs, so like, it'll be a really low self-confidence, like, demeanor for her and shit. And that's the joke.
Basically, Devin really wants to get with Rachel, and you're holding him back.
He really wants to get with Rachel and titty fuck her, but because I told my fiance that he was going to titty fuck her, she's not going to do it now, right?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm getting at?
That's what's going on.
Yep.
All right.
So stop doing that.
Okay, I will cease to tell my fiance about your love for titty fucking.
Good.
Welcome to the 18th episode of the ScreenPeak podcast. I'm glad we're talking about titty fucking because we're 18.
Yeah.
Now we can do it all the time.
Now we could titty fuck whoever we want to.
As long as it's consensual.
Do I title this episode 18 titty fucking?
Well, maybe. You gotta wait and
Title
see
it.
what the rest ends up being.
You
All right.
title it 18, all consensual.
Okay, maybe not that. That's kind of creepy.
Consensual, we had to drag you here.
That's not entirely false.
I know, it's like your whole day off, you just couldn't come in.
Yeah, I'm a
It's
lazy
podcast.
motherfucker, and I like to sit at my house and
That's
do
true.
nothing.
That's true. So,
And have Zeus lick your asshole.
That's a private matter between a man and his dog.
Or his friend's dog.
That's also true.
So on this podcast, we have me, Devin, the host, as always. What's up, motherfuckers? And we have
The
Isaac.
hostess with the mostest.
We have Isaac.
The resident retard, apparently.
You
don't
gave
live here.
yourself that title.
You know what?
You just now gave
You're
yourself
not
that title.
wrong.
Why'd you even say something like that? We weren't.
Because it sounds hilarious.
Just cut off the apparently, and you would have been fine.
Okay, fine. Isaac here, resident retard.
Johnny over there. Jonathan.
What's up?
He's Johnny now, by the way. And we've got Trey.
Hello.
Okay, cool.
I don't have anything funny or interesting to say.
That's you.
Yep. I'm just here being a big idiot. Sorry about last week's. Gosh, that was an awful one.
We got into a dumbass argument about something dumb that Trey was dumb about, but it's okay.
I didn't make my position clear. My position was dumb, and it still is. I concede that. But the whole argument was dumb.
No, it's fine. I understood where you were coming from.
Did you?
Us getting in, but us getting
I
into
did.
because but us when we get in arguments, it'll happen eventually where we'll go down a path of no return to where this is the dumbest fucking thing ever. We need to stop talking about this. This is like there's no point to this conversation. We need to stop now.
I tried to
end
and
it
bring in the beginning
back.
when I said it's not even being made. He just wants to make it. But we kept going.
Yeah, because I was still interested about your thought process behind it being bad.
We forget that opinions are something that everybody has,
That's not true.
and that we can have two different opinions,
No,
and they don't have to think the same way.
that's not true.
If you're on a
Opinions
lot of
think.
drugs,
Sometimes.
you don't
That's cool.
have opinions about everything. Just some things. Like,
You're-
hey, these drugs are good.
You're the only one that's on drugs here.
Bold claims.
So here's
You're not entirely wrong, but they're not illegal.
speaking of opinions. Let's talk about Dragon Ball Z like we always do, which is not a problem for me. That's our one thing which I love always talking about is Dragon Ball Z.
I finished it this week.
You finished it. How'd you like it?
It was great. Last episode was a little weird, but it was cool.
Yeah, the last episode is weird.
Actually, the last arc was a little weird, but that's okay. It was still good.
Any episode featuring Oob is weird.
That was only the last one, but yeah.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of Dragon Ball Z?
That's a hard one.
What's your favorite arc then?
What's it? Yeah, Saga. What's your favorite
Saga.
saga?
I don't know if I can pick one, but if I can pick one that stands out more than the rest of them, probably the last part of the Cell Saga.
With the fight with Cell.
Yeah,
The
just
Cell
the fight
games.
with Cell. The last fight with Cell, the fight between Gohan and Cell.
Really?
Yeah.
That sticks out to you more? You're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like, that's where it seems like they've reached their maximum potential.
That's where it was supposed to end.
Okay.
And then the rest of it, obviously they grow more in their power, but that seems like the point that it turns.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
And then it has more turns later, but that's just because it continued.
Because in that part as well, Goku concedes to Cell. So it's like, well, now what the fuck do we do? kind of thing. Yeah, okay.
And Gohan's just like, let me just be badass here real quick.
Let me just get really mad. I'm just going to
He
get
didn't
really
say,
mad.
all right, let me do it. He was forced to do it.
He was forced to do it because he got really mad.
Yeah.
He broke his arm. Or whatever the fuck
Well,
happened.
I'm talking about before he went Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah, but
he hurt his arm.
one arm Kamehameha, dude.
Father, son, Kamehameha.
I guess, but at this time, whatever. All right.
Father, son, Kamehameha.
Freaking in all the games.
That was in a Broly movie, was it not?
In a Broly?
No, that was Family Kamehameha because Goten was in it.
That's right. Never mind. I forgot there's another layer to that. Okay.
Speaking of movies,
That is the second Broly movie.
Yeah, that's the second one where he comes to Earth.
I haven't watched all of the movies.
I have
Don't watch Bio Broly. You
Just
can skip
most
that.
of them.
watch it. No, it's a rite of passage. How many times I gotta say
GT
it?
is a rite of passage.
It is.
Screw you.
You gotta earn that right to say, I'm a true Dragon Ball fan.
Devin, remember that time in GT when Goku Falcon punched Captain Planet?
No,
Okay, just me then.
I don't. What are you talking about?
I was just making a stupid joke, that's all.
Okay.
I think that
Is that a
Jonathan
real
is
thing,
on
though?
drugs.
No, it's just one of the...
Okay.
It fits in with GT.
Did you see the movie where Goku, Naruto, and One Piece Man fight together?
Yes.
One Piece Man or One Punch Man?
Monkey D. Luffy.
Luffy.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is One Piece Man.
That's
One Piece dude.
awesome.
There's a
No,
movie
it's
where
not.
they all join together in there. I'm not crazy.
I don't know about that. I mean, I've seen it. It's not like a movie. It's like a half-hour special.
Oh, okay.
Aren't they played by the same voice actor or something?
They're they're not played by the same voice
No.
actor.
Why are they always put together?
Because it's show and jump.
Shonen. Yeah, it's just the other dumbass.
3 big animes.
It's the
Cool.
same fucking it's the same kind of anime each one of them. So
Yeah.
So the
Freaking-
same reason why Marvel superheroes are in the same universe,
No.
same company.
no,
Same company. Okay.
they're not the same company, are they?
Marvel.
No, I'm
owns
not talking about
all of
Marvel.
them.
I'm talking about DBZ and shit.
No.
Yeah, I thought he said it
they're
was
not.
Shonen Jump.
No, that's the manga that publishes them. That's what they're all known for together.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. It's like its own genre at this point.
Well, no, they might all be released by Funimation, so that can make sense.
I mean, they're all battle manga, right?
The Cell Saga had the best moves.
Thank you.
Had the coolest moves. Had Final Flash. Had
Yes.
Warp Kamehameha.
Hellzone Grenade.
Hellzone Grenade. Even though it's Android Saga, but it's close enough.
No, it's
It's
part
close
of it.
enough.
It's part.
I mean that seriously. It's close enough.
Yeah. They're all like, the animation's so crisp as well.
Yeah.
When it gets to that point in the show, it's just like, man, they doubled down on
Doubled down on everything.
They doubled down on everything in that show because it was supposed to be the end, and you can definitely see it. Like, I love the animation.
Only
Awesome.
thing I don't like about that saga is the whole time Vegeta just seems like a whiny bitch.
He is a whiny
is.
bitch.
Listen, not the entire series, he's not. But that part specifically, he is the most whiny bitch out of all of it.
Blah 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 pride. Blah 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 Saiyan
Think
race.
what he had to deal with throughout that whole saga. Just seeing everybody who's better than him.
Yeah.
Beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. I'm just saying he's being a really whiny bitch. That's
He
the only
is.
thing I don't like, but he's not always a whiny bitch.
I mean, that's
He goes Super Saiyan for the first time. He's like, look how awesome I am. And then Goku shows up and he's even stronger.
Yeah.
And then his son is even stronger. And then the enemies are all even stronger. And the girl breaks his arm.
But it's surprising to
Or
me.
dislocates his shoulder or whatever.
Well, not really surprising to me. It's just interesting how after his interactions with Goku, I guess he just becomes less of a whiny bitch. Because, I mean, he's upset when his son can already turn Super Saiyan when he's like, what, 7? Or 8? No, Trunks is 8 and Goten's 7.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's fucking stupid. Oh, well.
Because he had pride for his son. Maybe a little bit.
I think it's more of him turning good, but yeah.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah, well, he wasn't good at that point.
I know, but he was turning good.
We want to talk about good versus evil when it comes to Vegeta. That's such a weird concept because it's like,
Would have technically been after he blew himself up. Thanks for ruining that, Jonathan. Just kidding.
It's definitely one of the
It was
cooler
not
moments.
bad.
It's fine. It was still cool anyways.
when do you what would you even say, like, do you think like that's the moment Vegeta turns good, quote unquote good?
No, I mean it was pretty much what happened to him when he was dead after he got sent back. He's just like, "Wow, Kakarot, you're well, okay." He's doing it for pure intentions at that point. Then he has to think about his decision when he dies, and then when he gets sent back, he's good.
I would say it's when he just starts living among everybody. Why wouldn't it be then?
Yeah,
It depends
So
on
I
what
say
you're talking about. I'm talking about when he is good or when he starts turning good.
because I would say that's when he starts turning good.
What do you mean when he's living among everybody? What time?
After
You mean after Boo?
Yeah,
After Namek.
after the Cell Saga.
Oh.
No, because
I'd say Cell
he
Saga.
becomes Vegeta.
Okay, so we talk about good
I
versus
think he called
evil.
him Majin and Vegeta.
Vegeta.
Okay, sorry.
Shortens it.
Go ahead.
We talk about good versus evil when it comes to the villainous character or whatever joining the group. The same thing happened with Piccolo. It was just a means of we need to work together to defeat a common enemy, which is always the same thing that happens in Dragon Ball Z, or it's happened multiple times. When Vegeta turned into Majin Vegeta, I think his reasons weren't for that, weren't so that, you know, he was still evil or whatever. You know, I mean, the whole point about Babidi trying to make him like tempt him and like turn him into Majin Vegeta or whatever. He was saying like, "Oh, there's still evil in one of your hearts, and so I'm gonna abuse that or whatever." I don't think it was technically like, I wouldn't say like, as far as Vegeta's personality, like his character, I wouldn't say it's an evil thing, but I would think it's more about the pride that he's carried like throughout all of DBZ, because that is his character completely. If we want to talk about like technically how evil pride can make a person, then Vegeta's one of the most prideful people there is. So his pride and how it's been like diminished like throughout the years, I would understand more that it's about his pride instead of him being fucking evil or something.
Well, he didn't turn evil when he went to become Majin Vegeta.
Turn evil. Yeah, it's just like it. Like, I don't even like that term.
He didn't turn evil.
I don't like this term of good versus evil.
He saw what Babbidi's magic can do, and he knew this was the last time he's going to fight Goku for a while.
Yeah.
Because Goku had his one day, and he just wanted to fight Goku really bad.
Yeah.
And he saw this was a means to an end.
That's why I say it's like it's not a good versus
end to a means.
It's not a battle of good versus evil inside Vegeta. Yeah. It's always literally just been about.
And Babidi was trying to control Vegeta, and Vegeta didn't.
He
willingly let the power just so he could be stronger, not so he could be evil.
Yeah. But I think the point in which his character truly changed to where he was actually doing things for his like family and everything, like actually caring about them, was when he blew himself up, because that's the first time that we see him being like, wow, okay, I guess it's my turn to be the quote-unquote hero.
Yeah.
But before then, he's just doing it for himself.
That is the point where he has his own character arc, where he goes through that, and he goes through that change trying to seek out something better, and then end up ultimately changing like who he is as a person. But like I said, I wouldn't say it's like a thing of good versus evil. I literally just think it's about him having so much pride in himself, and then him being like, okay, you know what? I can't be that anymore, so I'm gonna blow the shit out of myself. And then he comes back.
I never understood that as a technique anyway, blowing yourself up. It seems like the energy you put out, it's because it's more than 360 degrees. It's a sphere of energy. It feels like it disperses your energy to where if you instead of focused it in a beam, it would do a lot more damage.
I think the point of it is that you're releasing all of it at one time.
I know, but it's dispersed.
Yes.
Out of a 360, it's supposed to be a circle.
But it's all of it as opposed to just one little bit. Because if he's doing Final Flash or Gallop,
it's focused.
Like
is what he's saying.
You
still don't understand what
he's saying. What you're saying. It's focused, but it's a lot less energy that's focused.
He should have done a Final Flash with all of his energy until he died.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would have been smarter.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is that
Final Flash is the best.
It would be more powerful than just a regular Final Flash.
He just wanted to go out with a bang, that's all.
He could have done Big Bang, though. He never does that.
Big Bang Attack's pretty cool. I still like Gallic Gun. I think the best.
Yeah, he quit doing that towards the end.
Damn it. What's his new one in Super?
Oh, the one in the manga? It's called Gamma Burst.
Gamma Burst, yeah.
I think green.
It's green. It's just a reverse Final Flash.
It's pretty cool.
It resembles more of his Final Shine attack from GT.
Okay.
He should still be a purple guy, though. Get the green out of here. Vegeta's purple.
Speaking of different Dragon Ball series,
yeah,
me and Devin had the conversation about Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super.
Dragon Ball GT.
No, Dragon Ball GT was not in this because I still refuse to view that as a Dragon Ball show.
Okay.
Question,
I understand,
Isaac.
I'm just not going to. What?
You know how Super is going to end.
Yeah, now I do.
What happens if they decide to continue it beyond that point and make GT canon through it? What would you do then?
I would be disappointed in myself for hating on GT so much, and then I would come around to partially liking GT. Probably.
What? You piece of
hey,
shit.
Hey, listen.
You piece of shit.
I am only forecasting my emotions. This is not an accurate representation.
You're a
I don't know
piece
what's
of
actually gonna happen.
shit.
But then they'll get the excuse to make Dragon Ball GT Kai.
Once it's calm down, calm down, Trey. Once it becomes canon, you're like, I like it now. You're jumping on the bandwagon.
I am not saying
That's
that
what
I
you
like
just said.
It's new, so I like it now.
All that I'm gonna say is that I will give it more of a chance.
Okay,
You'll give it a chance.
That's fair.
More of a chance than I've already given it.
So a chance, because you've given it no chance before.
I've given it a slight chance because I've watched some of it.
Oh,
How
okay.
much of it though?
I don't know, like 6 episodes.
That's not
randomly.
a fucking chance.
Hey, I mean that's more than 0.
You don't even. You
But
can't.
that's
even,
not the conversation that we're trying to get.
I know,
into right
but
now.
you can't even. You can't even figure out. It's not like it's bad at 6 episodes. I mean, it's not what you want at 6 episodes. It gets bad when you keep on watching it, and you're like, "This is bullshit." You hit that point at that might be episode 15. I don't know. Like for me, it might have been 20 or 25, but still, it's just like.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I can't find a show to binge watch here in the next week, I will probably start with GT.
Just watch it anyway.
No, because if I find something else to binge watch, I'm not gonna waste my time with GT.
Okay.
Anyways, what we're trying to get into here
Yeah.
is
I have a show to
we're
recommend.
comparing Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, I have a show to recommend. Sorry, real quick. Watch
Okay, go ahead.
watch Hajime no Ippo.
That's what I was gonna do.
Watch it. Yeah.
That's what I was gonna do.
Okay.
What
What
were
was
you
your?
Code Lyoko.
Dang
Every
it!
time.
How did I like not see that coming to the last second?
Jonathan got it for a while.
Your dumbass smile, like when you say, what is it? Code Lyoko.
He got it.
I've only seen like 10 episodes of that show. I keep bringing it up.
God damn it. Go ahead.
So we were comparing Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super
No,
as
we
far as
weren't.
the way that the writing goes.
No, we weren't. Start out with the beginning.
You heard the man. Start out with the beginning.
Okay, you
that had nothing
obviously-
to do with it.
Okay.
What did you have?
I
Oh yeah,
made-
we were talking about the tone of the shows, and in Dragon Ball Z is a lot more serious,
Yeah, that's
and
what
Dragon
we were
Ball
talking
Super is a lot more,
Casual.
about. Fucking goofy
yeah.
anime bullshit.
And we had to talk about maybe that's just the progression of how anime has been as opposed to the 90s versus
Yeah, that
currently.
the atmosphere of the 90s versus today's atmosphere like ushers in some new things and like, you know, like oh this show's doing this and this show's doing this, like what's the trend that it's based on. So if that's the case, I can forgive some of the like super goofy anime bullshit that goes on during that show because like maybe
Super.
in Super, yeah, because maybe I wouldn't have like, because you know I definitely, it's nowhere near like that in Dragon Ball Z. Like it just doesn't come close.
because the peel off fire brigade absolutely kills Devin's soul.
That's the one I always go to because it's just a simple thing
That's an episode
to
in
remember.
Super.
Yeah, it's
Fire
an
Brigade?
episode.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an episode in Super, and it's
Spoiler
like
alert, Trey.
it's a 1 second
I'm
moment.
making it clear for people.
It's
listening.
it's a thing for like 5 seconds. That's all it is. It's just a little joke, and like I said, it's a good enough example of what I'm trying to get at. But I guess I kind of forget like where we be at, you know, in today's society when it comes to anime. So I guess I could forgive it for that. And so Peel Off Fire Brigade isn't that bad really when I compare it to the atmosphere with other animes. So it's not that bad. I can forgive it a little bit, but still it kind of pulls me out just a little bit. Dragon Ball Z is very serious, and I really like it because of its seriousness. It's a really compelling show. It gets goofy at times.
The
Great
Great
Saiyaman. It's super. It gets like goofy at times, but even then, it's not like there's goofy, then there's anime bullshit goofy.
Yeah.
So
And the biggest thing that we're getting into is once we were talking about how the tone is in the shows, comparing the different sagas and how serious they were, how serious the Frieza saga was because everybody was going to die, how serious the Cell saga was because everybody was going to die, how serious the Majin Buu
Because everybody died.
Gotta say that's like the best part about that is that everybody actually dies.
Super Buu's the best.
He does the one move that kills everybody.
Actually killing everybody.
The whole Earth.
Except for
The whole Earth. And then I was talking about, well, in Dragon Ball Super, what I can think of is spoiler alert if you haven't watched any of it.
Trey hasn't watched any of it.
That's fine.
Don't,
That's fine.
Don't be like that.
I will forget what we talk about.
He might actually, so it's okay.
Okay, so I was using the movies part of the show because the first two, Battle of the Gods and Resurrection F are the first two arcs in Super.
So those are two movies that they did before Super, before they even thought to do Super. And then once they decided to do Super, they thought, well, we need to explain the story of Super. And these two movies are, they're the beginning of what we want Super to be, of like where these characters are now. So we have to insert these movies into the anime.
And we'll get into the conversation in a second after I explain the tone of Super. In the first arc, which would be the Battle of the Gods, it seemed pretty serious, like everybody was going to just be destroyed. Resurrection of F wasn't quite as serious because, Goku and Vegeta are so powerful that Frieza wasn't even a problem.
It was cool. There was a bit build up though. Cool.
There was a bit of build up and it was cool. It wasn't scary.
It wasn't good enough.
When the Goku Black arc was
fucking fantastic.
Their
you skipped over Universe 6 and 7.
Well, because that one Universe 6 and 7 tournament wasn't even like scary at all. There were really cool fights, but it wasn't like everybody was gonna die or anything like that.
They were all right.
Then in the Goku Black arc, it wasn't like their universe was in danger, but Future Trunks' universe was in serious danger.
Yeah.
And that was really cool, where it was almost like Majin Buu, like everybody's gonna die sort of thing. Like they had become an ultimate form or whatever. You've
kind of confused me. I thought we were going to talk about the movies and Super, but you're talking about the tones of all these shows.
We are, because this is the original conversation we were having. That's what I was trying to explain, is that it's similar, but it's a little bit more lighthearted. And I guess I like the serious parts in Super, but I also like the lighthearted parts in Super, which is why I don't know if I would say I like Z or Super, one or the other better.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I would probably like regular Dragon Ball the best, to be honest. That's just me, though.
They get slow, like in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, at some points.
Yeah, there's some points where it's like... Ugh.
Mercenary Tao is my favorite, but because he throws fucking trees and rides them to get around.
There's equally...
He rides flying fucking trees.
There's equally the hypest shit
fucking
in that show.
Trees.
Every time the World of Martial Arts tournament would happen, and they do the intro with the drums, or with the cymbals, ding, 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 like that thing. I was like, because that's how the episode would start. I'm like, fuck yes. It was so cool. It was so cool. But our argument, I should say, was about the two movies, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, and is it Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F?
I guess. I don't know if they put
Resurrection F.
But it's Resurrection F and Battle of the Gods.
Yeah. I was saying that you cannot judge the overall quality of Super by including those two movies in the show, because those two movies were made before the show was made, without the show in mind at all. Once the show is apart from those two movies, once you get through those two movies in the show, technically you should only be able to judge the quality of the show after that, because that is the show, and technically the movies are separate from the show.
My argument is that the movies are the start of the show and therefore should be a part of the judgment of the show.
Technically,
because of the way that they weave them together into the story.
Now, we aren't talking about the movies themselves. We're talking about the episodes in Super that are the stories of the movies,
Yes.
right?
You've confused me.
He said we're not talking about the movies themselves. We're talking about the episodes in Super that are the movies.
Yeah, those should not be considered part of Super.
The episodes in Super
Correct.
should not be counted as part of Super.
No.
Why?
You
Should
can't.
the movies be counted as a part of Super?
When you're judging the overall quality of the show.
What if somebody hadn't heard of the movies? They're just sitting there. I'm going to watch Dragon Ball Super. I've been hearing a lot about it. So they go to episode 1 and start watching.
This isn't for somebody who hasn't heard of it. That obviously doesn't matter in that situation. This is for somebody like us who knows about these movies and who knows about Super and is watching it. You can't judge because they're two different things. They're two different entities. You wouldn't say
It's episode 1, though.
it's not episode
It's part
1.
of the entity.
It's not. It's only a part of it because they decided to put the movies into the show.
I disagree.
I do too.
If one of my examples if you fuck, what was it? What'd I say about Dragon Ball Z? I can't even remember now. God damn it.
I don't know.
If like you took Dragon Ball Z and said like well, you can't judge Dragon Ball you can't judge the overall quality of Dragon Ball if you haven't watched Dragon. I can't remember.
This. It was you can't judge the overall quality of Dragon Ball Z and base Dragon Ball as part of it. You can't put Dragon Ball as part of Dragon Ball Z. That's what you were saying.
Is that what I was saying?
Yeah.
I didn't think I said Dragon Ball though.
Yeah, you were talking about Dragon Ball. So I'm like, it's all the same story, so I guess, in my opinion, you could, but...
Let's drop that because I don't remember what I said and I'm just confused. That's just making me confused. But the movies were written before the show was ever a thing.
We're talking about the quality, right? The
I'm
quote-unquote quality of Super.
Overall quality of Super.
Now you talk what it
You
does that
should-
entail? What does quality entail?
It entails writing,
Writing.
just animation,
Animation.
general how good it is.
Okay.
Well,
You know what I
then-
mean?
The movies were much better than the show. The animation was awful in the first episodes.
Okay, fine.
Does the animation coincide with the rest of Super? Or do they look drastically different?
It gets better.
It gets better?
Yeah. You can tell they were just kind of speeding through this.
Oh, okay.
Like the story had already been told, and it's just and it's like that was already a thing before Super was. Where Super starts, where it literally starts, where it needs to start, where the writing of Super, where that show starts, not where the movies. It's right after. It's where the Universe 6 and 7 tournament is. That's where it starts. Because that is the story of Super. The story of Super is included in the movies, but they branched Super off from those movies. They didn't have in mind, let's do these two movies and then we'll make a show. If they had done that, they wouldn't have made the fucking movies in the first place. They would have just made the show, and then all of that would have been Super. But since they were like, let's make these two movies, hey, let's make a show. But wait, people need to understand where we're going to take the show, and people need to see, like, what we want the show to be about. And we want to go with what the movies have. So once again, this is the idea of the movies, not the idea of Super. So it's like, let's put the movies in front. Let's put the movies as the beginning of Super. And then we'll branch out our storyline of Super once we're done with the movies. Once we've introduced everybody to Super through the movies, then we'll go into what we want to do with Super.
They're literally in the show, though.
They're two different things, though.
They're not. It keeps going as if it's one big show.
See, that's my same argument there. I mean, I understand
Because
what
they
you're
wrote
saying,
it that
but I
way.
disagree.
Because they decided to write it that way. But I'm saying because they didn't have the forethought to make the show in the first place, and the movies were going to be their own standalone movies and have nothing to do with anything except for be movies, you cannot say that those movies are a part of Super.
Here's I have something here.
Because the ideas that happened in those movies did not come from the same brains that made the show of Super. So they're not the same entity.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
They
not.
came from the same
Yes,
people.
Toriyama wrote both the movies.
Okay, that's fine. However,
And he's writing the show.
is he writing? Is he actually writing
Yes,
the show?
he's the director. The director.
Same
of this.
brain.
It's not the writer, though. Yes, there's
He's
a
telling the
difference.
writer what to fucking do.
Do you consider the Cell saga of Dragon Ball Z and the Buu saga a part of the same thing?
Yeah, because it's the same thing.
But
Wait, what do you mean?
He planned on ending at the Cell saga. It's going to end here.
Yeah, but the show still kept going, and he
And then
still
they made
wrote
him
it.
do something else to keep doing this now.
Yeah, he still did it, though.
But there were two different entities there. It was going to end here.
What do you mean they're two
And
different?
then he tagged it on. Okay, we got to keep going with Super. Or with Buu
They're not
saga.
two different entities because they're the same show. They're not separate. It's not like the Buu saga was a movie instead of being a part of the show.
Is it the fact that it's a movie that's messing you up, or the fact the intent was not the same?
It's not even... It's not the fact... It's the... Okay, let me try and think of it this way. If they decided, like Jonathan said earlier as a joke, if they decided to finish off Super, with the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, and then they said, you know what, let's put GT on there. Let's do that, and let's continue with the story after GT.
No, I was saying bridging the gap.
Completing the Goku's training with Oob, and then the Pilaf making the wish.
Okay, what would that be? What is that? Would that be a part of GT? Or would that be its own series? And what if that was a movie? If that was a movie and then they did GT, would those two be separate entities, or would they be the same thing because the storyline happens one right after the other? The storyline of the movies and of the show, they happen one right after another.
If they didn't redo the episodes in Super, you would have a point. Yeah, you can't count those movies because they're movies. They're different from the show. But they're literally in the show now. They literally redid the episodes in the show.
Yeah. That's fine. But I'm saying you can't count that as the whole of Super, because they technically weren't a part of Super in the first place.
But they are now.
They
Put
are.
them in.
Yes, but if they weren't originally a part of it, then they can't be a part of it now.
Well, we don't know the in and outs. What if what if the Great Saiyaman was going to be a movie, but they said, just put it in the show. The intent was different, but they say, just put it part of the show. You know what I mean? You can't go by intent because it is what it is now.
But
Devin,
we knew about it beforehand, though. We knew.
We did. I'm saying if somebody who didn't watch the movies,
I'm not talking about somebody who didn't watch the movies.
I'm
talking about
holds no water to them.
Yeah, it doesn't, because it doesn't matter to them. They're not the ones trying to figure out the whole overall quality
Your
of Super.
overall quality
If they
of
would've-
Super is different from somebody who didn't see the movies, which means one of your definitions is wrong.
If
Because when you
they're-
both say, my overall quality movie is this, and you're talking about something different because you don't count those episodes, and they say my overall quality is of the same thing as this, of Super, is different because they include the episodes because they don't think about the movies. That's a poor way to describe what I meant. But-
you confuse me.
Devin, I'm going to pull something
it.
out of Isaac's book,
Don't do
Would-
it.
which is that the movies, all the Dragon Ball Z movies,
Yeah.
are not canon.
Yeah.
He rewrote the movies to make them canon.
When or how?
When he started
The overall tone,
Oh, and so
He
these
means-
new movies.
yeah, he
these
means-
new
yeah,
movies,
yeah, he
not
means
the old
Super.
Z movies.
yeah, the two new movies.
Okay. Do they ever have? And I haven't seen Super, obviously, or I've said before. In the new episodes, in the episodes that are the movies, not the actual movies, but the parts in Super, do they have any like reoccurring things or something in there that wasn't in the movies that like?
To start off, instead of taking place in like Bulma's backyard, they're on a yacht in the ocean.
It takes place on a yacht. They do
Well,
a little
different.
They have a little bit more details with it and stuff like that.
Like they
So
explained.
do you not count
Goku's
those scenes?
tone in the movies and the show are two different things.
So it's different then.
Is it? Is he?
In the movie, Goku,
I didn't really watch those in the show.
If
anyway.
it was literally shot for shot or pretty darn close to being identical to the movies,
It is. That's exactly what it is. It's the same story. It's the same plot. It is basically shot for shot.
is it?
It's essentially shot for shot.
I mean, the fight is
Every event
probably
every single event,
85%
every
the
single
same.
event that takes place in the show from the movies is the exact goddamn thing that happens. They're the same thing. They're mirrored. There are small changes. Like they give more details about what going Super Saiyan God actually means. It takes place on a yacht instead of Bulma's backyard.
There's a whole thing with the Pilaf squad.
I think
That was still in. That was still
that was in the movie.
Not all of it.
That was in the movie though as well.
when you're discussing the overall quality of the show Dragon Ball Super. When you're saying the movie parts don't count, do you just mean in the writing area?
See, that's the exact same question that I asked him before, because I was like, okay, the only thing from writing standpoint that I would say that actually counts as far as that goes would be weaving them into the series, and the start of the Universe 6 and 7 is where the actual writing for the show is.
Because if you're going to talk about the overall quality of the animation style, you want to include the rough years in the beginning so you can say, look how much it's improved or whatever. Same way with sound. You don't want to just cut out all the... Don't include the audio.
All right,
don't
fine.
include...
Fine the writing then. Just the writing.
So do we want to rechange the argument to you can't the writing, you can't conclude the writing of the
that
movies
was
in?
my point
All right.
earlier.
So you can't.
Because I could agree with that.
All right, I will change my argument. You cannot judge the overall quality of the writing of Super by including the movies that were inserted into the show, because those were written before Super was intended to be to be a show. And to where Super starts, you can't. And one of the things I say about this is that. Like my favorite parts of Super, I don't count the movies that are in the show because those aren't a part of the show. That's my thing. So I have to look at it, the other parts. The hypest fucking moment in Super is the Goku Black arc. That's the hypest fucking shit ever. It's amazing.
Future Trunks arc.
Black Goku saga. So,
But I would,
he
if
might,
you're talking
he might
about
come back. You don't know.
If you're talking about the writing, then yeah, I can totally agree with your point, because you can see the writing. The writing starts off kind of slow, especially with the Universe 6 and 7 tournament. If we're talking about where it actually begins,
Yeah,
but it is so fucking hyped, the Goku Black part.
it's
And
it's
then-
insane. It's such a shift. It's like somebody else came in, somebody different came in and did the show at
And
that moment. It's so fucking weird.
And the part we're in right now is pretty cool too. I know you're not all the way there yet, right?
Yeah, I'm not there at all, so don't even
Okay.
don't even say anything.
But honestly, looking back at the Goku Black part, it's not on the same. It's at least got such a different tone that it's not the same for me. But I mean, it's still cool.
Anyway, back to the original argument about including the audio or not, or writing. If you're the word overall, it means everything. If you're gonna say the term overall,
yeah,
that means
all
to
of
me,
Super.
all of Super, episode 1 to the end. That's overall.
And I'm saying you can't judge it. You can't include the beginning with the movies. You can't include that.
I'm saying if you use the word
Because-
overall, you do. The question is that you can make is the writing better or worse between the movie episodes and the rest of the thing, that you could say. You can have that discussion about that. But when you say...
That's too bad because that's not the discussion. The overall quality of Super, you have to, when you're judging the overall quality of Super, you have to leave the movies out. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think so. I think when you're talking about the overall quality of Super as a show, that is in there.
No.
Because the only time you're going to do that is when you're comparing it to something else.
You can't because those were movies. Then they put the movies in the show.
It's in the show.
It's different.
It's not different.
Jonathan, what do you think about all this? Because your opinion was stated as something earlier before this podcast, and I'm interested to see as what it is now.
I like the writing in the movies better than I do the show, but I would count the show as part of Super.
You would count the movies in the show as part of Super.
The movies in the show, yes. The actual movies themselves, no.
I agree.
But they're the same fucking thing.
They're almost the same thing.
They're the same fucking thing.
When you're talking about the overall quality of Super and the writing department, let's say, I assume you'd be comparing it to another show.
Oh, sure. If we were saying like
the overall quality of Super is better or worse than the overall quality of
Dragon Ball Z.
Ball Z.
That's where the original thing came from.
Yeah, because we were talking. Because I was like,
because he likes Z better.
I like Z better so far.
But you don't include the movies in that discussion at all? And the movie episodes in that discussion, you chop those off?
I chopped those off.
You don't count them as Super at all?
No, because they weren't a part. Because they weren't a part of Super to begin with.
They're labeled Super. They're episodes 1 through whatever.
The movies were labeled as Dragon Ball Z, and the content of the Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F,
but they're movies.
Was just added into Super.
But those are movies.
Yeah, and the movies.
We're talking about the show Dragon Ball Z Super.
They were just. They're literally the same goddamn thing.
Doesn't matter. It's all about the name.
It does matter.
No,
I'll tell
it doesn't.
you, it does when they're the same thing. They're literally the same thing. There's no difference in them. Oh, they're on a yacht instead of in Bulma's back fucking yard. It's still her birthday. Pilaf and his fucking brigade are still there.
What you're saying?
Boo still pisses off Beerus. Everything still fucking happens the way it happens.
Right now
yes.
is like saying you don't count Dragon Ball as a part of the overall story of Dragon Ball Z. That is the exact same argument you're having right now.
It's a different series, is it not?
Is this not a different series?
It's a different series, yeah. With the movies being separate from the series and then them adding them in.
Dragon Ball is different than Dragon Ball Z. They are two different things.
So, since we're all probably going to have the same opinion and it's not going to change, where the fuck did the Fusion movie take place in this story?
I don't know because I still haven't seen it. Don't spoil it for me.
You need to watch it.
The one with Janemba?
I will.
Yeah, he just tells me to watch GT. You need to watch something good like the Fusion movie.
I watched a little bit of... I watched more of Super. I got to the episode where they play fucking baseball, okay?
I'll be honest, like, Janemba is one of my favorite villains.
He seems interesting.
He just looks cool.
If it were to actually take place, it would take place between the part where Vegeta blows himself up and Goku's back in the other world.
Yeah.
Which is super fucking quick. Which is like... the least amount of time you can have.
Literally.
Doesn't time move faster in heaven? Because when he's running down Snake Way, he goes by super quick? Or was he just so he didn't have a clue what time it was?
I don't know,
They don't have
but
a clue what time the show is.
Okay.
it's so confusing.
Let's talk about other shit. There's movie news. Let's get into movie news.
Movie blues.
One of the first things, if you're out on YouTube, you probably are if you're listening to the podcast. And if you're listening to the podcast, thank you so much. I was able to watch the trailer for Infinity War on YouTube. It was leaked from San Diego Comic-Con. And it's pretty fucking cool. I like it. You get to see Thanos. He's in there. He uses the Infinity Gauntlet at one point.
I am waiting for the official trailer.
It's really cool. That probably is the official trailer.
I know. I mean, for it to officially release.
Just look it up on YouTube. Who gives a shit?
I do.
It's not like you're stealing content.
No, I mean I do just because it's probably a camera rip, and I don't like watching camera rips. I had to watch. I had to watch Resurrection of F on a camera rip, and it was horrible. Not going.
It's
not
not
gonna
that
do
great
that
of a
again.
movie.
No, you
anyway,
didn't have
so.
to. You just watch it in the show. It's the same fucking thing. Who cares?
Sorry, go ahead.
So there's that. That's trailer. and it was cool, and I'm excited for it. Trey might not be.
I'll go see it. But I don't go, oh my gosh, they're all together now. Yeah, who could have seen that coming?
I'm in Trey's boat.
All right, fine. We won't even talk about it then.
I'm fucking excited.
Well,
What are you
can't
talking
talk
about?
about something we haven't seen.
Can't talk about it. Because we tried to talk about it last week, and it was just a big who gives a shit fest.
I give a shit. It's fucking cool.
Marvel fans are babies.
I mean,
What other movie news did you have, Devin?
There's a new trailer for Blade Runner 2049, that movie I really like, and I'm going to go see.
Did you see the Red Letter Media making fun of that?
It was fucking hilarious, yes.
Okay.
That was a funny video that they made.
Yeah.
what is Blade Runner?
Blade Runner is a great movie starring Harrison Ford that takes place in the 80s, and it's about
It was a movie from the 80s, or it takes place in the 80s?
sorry, it's a movie from the 80s. I believe it takes place in like 2011.
Okay.
So it's the future, and there are these things called replicants, and replicants are cyborgs that they're androids. They're androids, if I want to get technical. They're androids that are super smart, super strong. They like do like deep space missions and shit where
Can they have babies?
where humans can't go and stuff. So because Android 18 had a baby, ha ha ha, that's
The
fucking
joke
funny.
is she's actually a cyborg. But anyway.
Yep. Anyway, so it's a really good fucking movie. It's like it brought up it's like a noir kind of film. It brought the whole scene of cyberpunk to be a thing. It's really amazing tonally. It's by Stanley Kubrick. Is it by Stanley Kubrick? Am I fucking stupid?
I don't know.
You're the fan of the movie. You tell us.
I mix him up with probably that Ridley Scott. It's by Ridley Scott. I remembered it. I didn't look it up. It's by Ridley Scott. It's an amazing fucking film. I love it. It's one of my favorite films. There's a sequel to it, Blade Runner 2049. It's going to star Ryan Gosling. There's a new trailer. Harrison Ford's going to also be in it.
So it's not a reboot, it's a sequel?
It's a sequel.
Okay.
This looks like...
Is Kylo Ren also going to be in it?
No, shut the fuck up. This looks a little bit different than what Blade Runner is, than what the original movie is.
Well, it's supposed to be way further in the future, right? Because the original
Yeah.
Blade Runner is supposed to be 2011, right? So
I think.
so 2049's 18 years. No, not 18. Well, I'm
It's
retarded.
18 years. There
30,
you go.
38 years in the future, right?
Yeah.
Well, then I guess that makes sense why they have Harrison Ford, because he would be an old man.
Yeah. I mean,
'Cause he is an old man.
I mean, it's just I don't know. There was like, I'm thinking that maybe there's gonna be too much action in this movie, and it's not really an actiony movie. But even then, it's like it might be cool. I don't know.
I think with the technology that we have today, the vision of the writers may be more able to like be seen visually. Because back, you look at like movies in the 80s and 70s, and like their special effects aren't always. You're not always seeing exactly what I would think that the writers would see, or at least what you would see when you're reading a book. I think that's one of the reasons that Star Wars is so great, because you actually see what you would think. But does that make sense?
Yeah,
do
I know what you mean.
How do you know that?
I don't.
Well,
I don't know that.
Just
Okay.
one of the things is that it's not this movie in particular. It's not about the special effects. It's like they have a flying car. That's that's the thing. That's the only like special effect they have. It's like it's
in the
not
old movie.
what
In the old movie?
right. It's not like a Star Wars. It's not like a Fifth Element.
Okay. I mean, like
It is.
portraying the future is always hard to do, anyways. But
But it's the near
Not
future.
enough fidget
Do you
spinners in the old movies.
So
it's
it's
the near future though.
Okay,
It's
so-
not crazy.
okay.
So, but it's amazing though. That's always it's a great movie. If you want to go see Blade Runner, then you need to don't see the theatrical release. You need to see the director's cut. I think. I think that's the one that you need to see.
Any reason why?
Yeah, because like there are some different there's a scene taken out in the theatrical release that is good to watch. It makes the film better. And then there's like
They don't have the voiceover from Harrison Ford, right? Or
There-
he literally
there-
didn't try at all.
there's voiceover in the theatrical release where
I
he
want to
didn't
watch
try
this
at all.
just for that part now.
I started it on the theatrical release,
Mhm.
and like that's how I liked the movie. Was that, and like going back and watching the director's cut was kind of weird, but as I kept watching it, I was like, oh, I get it, because this scene doesn't need this. This scene doesn't need this. It's not necessary in the film at all to
I heard
have
apparently
the
Harrison Ford
voiceover.
purposely did it so bad so they wouldn't put it in the movie.
Yeah, because it's not needed.
Yeah,
It's to
and
go.
they did it anyway.
It's to go along with that whole noir thing of, well, he's being like a detective in this movie, and so like, oh, let's harken back and like have him be like, I went over to the barkeep and I asked him if he had seen the thing. He saw the thing, and then I went over to see the thing. That's what I did. It's just that. How'd you like my Harrison Ford impression?
Yeah, a little bit too Indiana Jones.
Don't
for
get
me.
cocky, kid.
There's a snake in my plane.
There's a snake. Jacques, start the plane. Okay.
I thought it was Jock.
It's short round actually.
I don't know.
Dude, that movie that you were telling me about earlier.
Disaster movie?
No, the one with Seth Rogen and
Green Hornet.
James Franco and possibly Andy Wiseau. What? How do you say his name?
Tony was so.
Tony Wiseau.
Tommy was so.
Tommy Wiseau. Why do I call him Andy?
Oh, The Room.
Yeah. It's called Disaster Movie. And
okay, yeah, that one.
so we know about The Room, correct?
I'm aware.
I did not.
I did not hit her. I did not.
Oh, hi, Mark.
There's a trailer for this movie that is the making of this movie. James Franco plays Tommy Wiseau. Seth Rogen's like the director. Dave Franco plays Tommy's like he plays Mark in the movie. So he plays like Tommy Wiseau's best friend in that movie.
Why did you get those group of guys to be in the movie? The Seth Rogen and James Franco.
They wanted
group.
to.
They were probably the ones that wrote it.
They probably
Yes.
wanted to fucking make the
I don't
movie.
like those
Yeah.
guys. They're gonna have pot jokes, a bunch of stupid stuff.
I
Tom-
feel like they could do this, though.
Tommy Wiseau's gonna be in the movie though.
Like,
Oh,
is
is
that
he?
confirmed?
Yes.
Is he gonna be
I'm
the shopkeeper
ass-
guy with the flowers?
He like I think no. What I think is I think it's one of those
Good
things
doggy.
where he was like, I have to be in the movie though. It's about me. I have to be in the movie. There's like, well, okay.
I don't, okay. From the way that Seth Rogen and James Franco do movies, I feel like they were like, we have to have him in here. It'll be perfect.
No, I don't. I don't
I
think.
feel like that's what happened. I hope that's like what
I
happened.
kind of want it to
don't
be the
think-
other way, where Tommy wants, or whatever his name is,
Where
wants
he-
to be in it.
Where he wants to be in it. And
That
they're
way,
like,
it'll be
no.
another little glimpse of The Room in the Room movie, or
Yeah.
the movie about the Room.
There's a trailer for that.
Good dog.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, and it's the scene. It's him doing his take over and over again of him being on the rooftop. Going, I did not hit her, and he walks out of the staircase, and he's like, line, and it's just that over and over again. He can't remember his line, and then he does it, and then he gets it wrong anyway. But then he just like goes ahead and finishes it. Like, oh hi Mark, and then everybody's like clapping, like, yeah, like, good job. And he's just like, yeah, I did good.
That's funny.
It's really cool. I can't wait to
Good
see that
doggy.
movie. Oh, hi, Tommy. I didn't see you there. Or what was his name in the movie?
Danny.
Danny. No, Danny was the kid.
I thought that's who you were talking about.
No, I was
Who?
talking about Tommy Wiseau's character. What was his name in the movie? Was it Tommy?
I think it is actually just
Is
Tommy.
it just Tommy? I can't remember.
I don't know. I've never actually sat down and watched it. I've just seen
Johnny. It's Johnny.
You're right.
Oh, hi, Johnny. I didn't see you there. How could you not see him? He's a pale, long-haired, like, weird European man.
Danny always freaked me out. I like to watch you guys.
No,
All the time.
no, Danny. We're going to go upstairs and we're going to have a pillow fight. Can I come? No, Danny, you can't come. Then they go upstairs and they have an actual pillow fight. Okay. So that's gonna be a movie about a movie.
Yep.
There's a prequel. I'm assuming it's a prequel. It's called Pacific Rim Uprising. There's a trailer for that. John Boyega, which is Finn in Star Wars Episode 7, 8, 9.
He's getting a lot of work here lately.
If he's in 9, we don't know. He might die. He is.
That could be said for anyone in Star Wars Episode 8.
You're
Not
right.
Rey.
Everybody dies. Holy shit. They actually don't make a 9. They end it at 8.
That would be interesting.
No,
Be
they're
fucking
not doing
stupid.
that.
So it'd be interesting.
I believe he's going to play. He's going to be the young Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't think of his name.
That
Thankfully, you said Black Man, and it just jogged my memory.
yeah.
Wait, prequel?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
the
it's
time.
I
in
thought
that,
you said sequel, and I was like,
No, prequel.
okay.
Prequel.
in that universe. That's the time I want to see. Is when what are the big robots called? Jaegers.
Yeah, yeah.
When the Jaegers are they got the whole. Dang, I'm losing train of thought. In the movie, they talk about the good times of the Jaegers, where it's a big, show, each country had their own thing, and then slowly the kaiju were winning. You remember the movie?
Yeah.
So that's the perfect time when they should make a movie. I want to see all that.
Yeah.
Cool robots doing cool robot stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excited to see Gypsy Legion. He looks pretty cool.
Gypsy Legion?
Yeah, that's the blue one's name.
Oh, okay.
It turns into Gypsy Major, which...
What does it not turn into Gypsy Danger?
What?
Gypsy Danger. Was that not the name of the Jaeger?
You're right, it's Gypsy Danger, but the one
Okay.
beforehand was Gypsy Legion.
Okay. That's why I was like, what the fuck's Gypsy Major? I was super confused. So we already know that The Rock is going to be Black Adam in Shazam.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've said this before. I have said this before, Trey.
Okay.
Wait. They're making a movie called Shazam.
Justice League.
Okay.
I don't know.
What did you think it was the fucking Shaq movie?
No.
Yeah, you did.
No, I actually didn't. But I thought, were they gonna make
Are they
their
making
own-
a Shazam movie, or is he going to be in Justice League?
They're making.
I don't
No,
know.
they're
They'll
making
just
a.
call him Captain Marvel.
They're calling, the other Captain Marvel, the Miss Marvel of the Marvel movies. She's gonna have her own movie.
Big Whoop.
What do you mean, Big Whoop? She's cool.
Call her Miss Marvel.
So anyway,
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
The whole thing that Marvel had to get DC to change their character's name to Shazam instead of Captain Marvel.
Was that a thing? Has that
Just-
happened, or are you just
stupid.
assuming?
It's just stupid.
Are you assuming that's what happened, or do you know that's what happened?
I'm like 99% sure that's what happened.
You're 99% assuming that's what happened,
99% sure, and I'll look it up right now.
okay?
Okay, I'm totally confused. There's a DC character called Miss Marvel. That
No.
they changed to Shazam.
No, there's a Marvel character. Her name is Captain Marvel.
Okay.
She's I think she's Miss Marvel as well. I think that's one of her aliases as well. Her name is Carol Danvers. She is a character in Marvel.
Yep.
In DC, Shazam's original name was Captain Marvel.
Oh, did not know that. Shazam.
He says Shazam to get shocked by a lightning bolt to
Yeah.
turn him into Captain Marvel.
Oh, that's weird. Why'd they call him that?
Call him Shazam or Captain Marvel?
Marvel.
I don't know.
Because, wow, let's marvel at him and call him Captain.
I guess. That's the only explanation other than let's make fun of Marvel.
It's
You
not
had me the first part.
It's not a bad name.
Let's marvel at him, but let's call him Captain. That's where you lost me.
I know nothing about Shazam.
It's gonna be cool though.
He's a little kid.
I know. I know
Billy-
he's a little kid. and he
Billy
gets shot by
Batson.
lightning.
Or in one of the things. There's 5 kids that turn into him for some fucking reason.
Is he gonna have a movie or is it DC the Justice League?
No, he's gonna have his own movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's that. As we're getting more news, there's another Justice League trailer. Well, that was shown at San Diego Comic-Con, so I guess we'll see that at some point as well. But spawning from that, there's also been news that there's going to be a solo Flash film, right? At some point in the fucking future. Same thing with the Batman, and the same thing with Aquaman. They've announced Wonder Woman 2.
How could they not? Made so much money.
I know, fucking made an actual good movie. How could they not?
Yeah.
So the details of the Flash movie is really cool. The story that they're going to go with is the Flashpoint paradox.
Is that a comic book thing?
He changes the past. He saves his mother in the past, and the future's fucked up because of it.
This has like been the point for rebooting comics at least twice now, I think.
What?
The Flashpoint paradox, or at least once or twice.
Did they use it? They used that to reboot the comics?
I think in the which either DC it was either Rebirth or the New 52, which is one of them.
Did they really? I didn't know that they used it for that.
was Dr. Manhattan.
It is. Dr. Manhattan. In New 52, apparently Dr. Manhattan created the world of the DC universe.
That's fucking badass.
Is it, or is it a fucking stretch?
Well, Dr. Manhattan's basically God.
Yeah, that's true.
So he created a whole universe.
That's fucking badass, dude. Did you ever watch The Watchmen?
Yeah.
Or Red Watchmen?
I watched it.
It's fucking cool.
It's cool after the 5th time. The first time, you're like, what the heck is happening?
That is completely true.
Yeah.
But the second time I watched it was like,
then you start to
fucking
pick up on
Dr.
all the
Manhattan
stuff.
is just badass.
Why does he fuck with anybody in that movie? Why is he doing anything ever at all?
It's his humanity still left in him. He
Why?
realizes he doesn't need it anymore.
He doesn't need his humanity.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I like that.
He stopped seeing humans as like the end result of evolution and starts seeing as like a burden or something.
I've already said this, that it's going to be a TV series. The
Watchmen?
Yeah, they're going to make it into a TV series.
Yeah. Rorschach.
But there's a animated DC film of the Flashpoint paradox, which of course it's good because all their animated films are good. In that storyline, he wakes up in his future where he what is it? Instead of Batman's parents dying, Batman died. His father becomes Batman, and his mother becomes the Joker.
I actually do know that.
Okay.
With
yeah.
the limited comic book knowledge. Fuck.
There's actually wait.
I think I had a stroke there. I'm fine now.
Okay, good.
What I was talking about earlier, I was wrong about one thing. This has been going on since like the 70s, but apparently, what was I gonna say? Apparently, they named the comics Shazam, but kept his name Captain Marvel, and so most of the public apparently knows him as Shazam, even though I know him as Captain Marvel. So Marvel wins because they copyrighted their character in like the 60s. So
Who gives a shit if they have similar names anyway?
I think it's fucking
That's just
stupid, but whatever.
Like, I don't know.
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, like it doesn't matter to me. I don't really care. But there is a little just bit of confusion. But I mean, they won't make that confusion in the movie. They'll just fucking call him Shazam probably. They'll call Black Adam though. He'll be the Rock, and they'll call him Black Adam.
Yeah.
He'll make a joke and be like, "Whoa, that shit's racist." Okay. Yeah, I'm black.
I thought you were going to make a joke about how rocks don't conduct electricity, but now the race.
Black.
I know.
Where did I say anything about fucking lightning in that? Why was I going to make a joke about that, Trey?
Speaking about
You're
lightning,
dumb.
Rock
Funny.
and lightning.
who is this Black Lightning character that's in this Flash movie?
Did I say Black Lightning?
No, I brought that out of nowhere. I saw like something for it. Showed like Black Lightning, and he looked like a robot Flash or something.
What the hell are you talking about? And what movie is this that you're talking
I
about?
thought it was gonna be in this Flash movie.
The Flash movie, there's nothing been done with the Flash movie. It's a movie that's going to come out 4 years from now. They don't even have a director. What are you going on about?
I thought I heard something about Black Lightning being in it.
There is a character that you might be referring to called the Black Bolt,
That might be it.
but I don't know what movie you're talking about.
I don't know. Forget about me.
Okay.
The only thing close to looking like a robot I can think of in the Flash universe
Yeah, he's not a
is
robot.
Savitar, but that's not even a robot. I don't know.
There's rumors that Ben Affleck's already trying to get out of being Batman.
Those rumors have been rumors for forever.
Oh, have they been?
Yeah.
Well, I know he's already got now the director and stuff.
He's still going to be in the Batman though.
No, I know that, but I mean after that, he's talking about that be
Yeah. Well,
that
I
might be
mean,
his only one.
or his however many movies he signed up to do.
Yeah.
So
Who knows? We'll see.
that's fine. He was a good Batman, but whatever. Fuck it. I liked him as Batman.
Was he
whatever.
a good Batman, or was it just the shots were cool to see Batman do?
I liked him as Batman.
I guess.
I liked him as. I thought he was a good Bruce Wayne, and that's what I liked. And I liked him as Batman.
He wasn't quite as charismatic enough for me as Bruce Wayne, who's pissed off guy in the corner instead of being Playboy.
He's old man Batman.
I guess so.
To be fair,
Yeah.
he is older.
Wait, which? You were talking about Flashpoint earlier. I wasn't paying attention because I was looking that thing up. Were you talking about the version where Batman's dad becomes Batman?
I don't know. Well, I was saying that the DC animated film has that in it, but I don't
Okay.
know what.
That's
what,
a version of
that's a
Flashpoint,
version of the Flashpoint
which
paradox.
is cool because
Yeah.
Batman kills.
Yeah, Batman has. Yeah, Batman's
Freaking
dad,
two
Thomas
guns.
Thomas Wayne. He shoots the shit out of people. It's actually cool. But I mean, I don't know what we're gonna get for that movie. Did you figure out what you were talking about,
No,
or were you playing Dokkan Battle?
no, I didn't figure that out. But it turns out that Black Lightning is an actual superhero, and they are making a show of him.
A show, Black Lightning.
Is he a robot?
Throw that shit at me.
He is not a robot,
Here, wait. I gotta lean to get.
but he
his
is
phone.
black.
He reminds me of Static Shock.
Is that
Dude.
not Black Bolt? Who
Is
the
that what
fuck
that show was called?
Yeah,
Where they had like all the quote unquote boomers?
Yeah,
yeah.
What universe was that in? Because
that's DC.
that was my show.
That's DC.
Loved that. Always riding manhole covers and stuff.
Is that not just fucking Black Bolt?
Friendly neighborhood Black Bolt.
White
So-
Bolt is a dog.
I was watching a bit of
think
TV
it's just
today,
Bolt.
and when I turned it on, Teen Titans Go was playing, and they were doing like a Scooby-Doo ripoff episode with LeBron James in it.
Not the Harlem Globetrotters.
No,
Dang. I've heard Teen Titans Go is a decent kids show. It just sucks that we don't get more of the good Teen Titans, the adult ones.
I thought they turned that into Young Justice, or
Yeah, they did kind of. But that ended too.
Well, yeah, but Young Justice is only supposed to be on that one like DC exclusive network thing, right? Is that what you said?
It's I don't know. It's either that or it's gonna just be online. I can't remember the season 3 of it.
Disappointing.
Black Bolt and Black Lightning are two different characters. Black Lightning, I think, is a speed character. Black Lightning can control. He can also. They both can control electricity, and one of them, Black Lightning specifically, can do magnetism, whereas Black Bolt does sound waves and shit. I don't know if Black Bolt's a speed character though. I thought he was. I thought he was like a fast person. He's actually black. I don't know if Black Lightning is black. I don't think I've ever heard of Black Lightning, actually. So I was very confused on that. Super fucking confused.
still is the wrong thing, but
It's like a spin-off show from the Flash show is essentially what it is, and it's going to be on CW.
Speaking of race and superheroes, I liked the new Spider-Man movie.
We talked about it last week. It's okay. We don't talk about the things we talked about last week on the podcast.
You need to be on the podcast to talk about that.
Was
Yeah.
literally just gonna say that Flash was a good Flash, but okay. People were worried because he was not a white jock; he was a Indian nerd.
Well, one of the things I've heard is that, well, I mean, that's today's time, right? That movie is in
Yeah.
today's time.
Which
The
makes sense.
The fact that, like, Sam Raimi directed a movie that was supposed to be, like, fucking 1950 style, which was like, oh, I got the big jock nerd, or you got the big jock that's going to pick on the nerd kid or whatever, you know.
It does not happen the same way in school today.
It's very comic booky as well, just
Yeah.
like, because it was written in that time or whatever. But yeah,
Homecoming is just like
this
is what it would be if it happened.
but this is very much brought in today's time, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I just love the part where they're like, where Ned is standing in the hallway, like trying to hide from the two bad guys that come in while Peter goes off, and then the kid inside the classroom,
In
like
chess
looking
club?
out the window, looks at him like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "Oh yeah, I'm just nothing. I'm not doing anything. What are you doing? How are you, man?" Chess. That's a really good moment. It's a really funny moment. And I think like a moment like that kind of personifies what being in school, like having that like high school experience is, like that, instead of Sam Raimi's 1950s thing. I mean, it's not like I hated that either. Like, I
They're
loved it
both-
because I fucking love that movie, but
Yeah, they're both good movies in their own right. It's just I like the way that they did Homecoming.
I mean, I like Homecoming better. Anyway.
Yeah.
They turned him into Iron Man.
No, they didn't.
Spider-Man's basically Iron Man.
How is he basically Iron Man?
His
Go ahead.
Suit,
What about his suit?
it can do all kinds of crazy stuff. Suit's the hero.
You're right. He
Cool.
can
They had
shoot.
Jarvis.
He can fly. You're right.
They had Jarvis essentially.
He can shoot rockets and shit at people. You're right.
Rockets.
Like Iron Man, because he's Iron Man.
But he gets his taser webs.
No, I think they very well did away with that part in the show when Iron Man was like,
In
if
the
you're nothing
show?
without in the movie. Shut up.
Okay, I was.
If you're nothing without the suit, then you don't need it to begin with.
But
And he
he's-
didn't have his suit, and he still.
When Iron Man was talking to Iron Man.
Iron Man was talking to Spider-Man. Whatever. Words.
No, I'm the one who's making fun of Trey in this instance, not you.
Okay.
So why did they decide to change it from Spider-Man not shooting webs out of his own wrist, but like it's now like a...
That's how it always was.
Yeah, they only did him actually shooting that in the Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire.
Peter Parker. Yeah.
Peter Parker.
I also want to say that one of those things is like
Not like the other.
shut up. One, like, Peter Parker has things on, like, Peter Parker has cartridges on his wrist to shoot webs with. However, one Spider-Man, I think, can actually just shoot it from his wrist. I want to say. I think that's how the case was. I don't know. I can't really remember. Might be making that shit up. That's how I always thought it was.
I would love to be able to get entire, like, books of all of the comics together so that I would be able to have a vast knowledge of exactly how these things go.
Bullshit, you wouldn't read them.
You wouldn't read them.
Are you kidding me?
They're all digital now.
I have like 5 or 6 Hulk comics and I've read all of them.
Oh,
Wow.
holy shit.
Yeah. No, I would seriously read them all though.
A comic that started being written in the 60s. He's got 6 of them.
Man, I
You know
read a
what?
newspaper one day, and
Screw
it's the
you.
same feeling.
Dude. Why do you
What?
think Spider-Man was like Iron Man? Just
He had a
because...
suit that did everything, did all kinds of crazy stuff.
What do you mean did all kinds of crazy stuff?
Freaking shot like
It had webs.
400 different kinds
It
of webs.
just had webs.
He could see through walls, couldn't he?
Yeah, he could do that.
Had his little drone come out of
See through
him.
walls.
I can't remember if he could see through walls or not. I think he could.
I think
The only thing that I don't like
Thought
about
he
the
had thermal
suit is
vision.
the fact that Peter Parker
No,
didn't
yeah,
make
he
it.
could. He had X-ray.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
had
yeah.
Jarvis, Karen.
Friday.
I don't like that Peter Parker didn't make his suit. It's the only thing that bothers me.
He did.
Not the Iron Man version.
He has
of
his
it.
wrestling suit.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. The one he goes to the wrestling match in.
It can freaking dry him off. It's got a little drone. It's got all this crazy stuff.
Why do you care about that?
I thought it was cool, but it's like Iron Man.
Iron Man gave him the fucking suit.
I know.
What do you want? It would be
I
different.
literally said he's like the new Iron Man, and Devin's like, no. But
you-
then he just agreed.
you
It's
just-
like, well, it's made from Iron
I
Man.
didn't say no. A. B. You're pissed off at this for some
No,
reason.
I'm
You
not.
don't like it.
I
you're
didn't say
like-
I didn't like it. I
You're
said
like,
it's cool.
who's the new Iron Man?
I did not
Asshole.
once say I didn't like
That
it.
jackass
I made
Peter
the
Parker.
comparison. I didn't say I didn't
I
like
know
it.
when you make comparisons, they're not comparisons of, oh, I really like this. They're like bullshit. That's
Ask
dumb.
me who my favorite character is in the Marvel thing.
You don't have one
Iron
because you don't
Man.
like Marvel shit.
Iron Man. They made Spider-Man like Iron Man. That's cool. No, it sucks, I guess.
They made
They're
Iron
the
Man.
same, so they suck.
They made Iron Man like Spider-Man. That's better. That's what I want. Next movie.
Make Iron Man a little dweeb kid
Next movie.
in a sweatshirt with
That's
goggles
what's gonna
on.
happen. Yep.
No, apparently
he had a
Marvel
hood.
Comics want to make Iron Man into a
Dead
woman.
person.
Yes, a
He'll
dead
die.
person, and then a woman
He'll
takes
die.
over for him.
Pepper Potts, new Iron Man.
No, Pepper's not the one that takes over. Even
She-
though that would kind of make sense, but not really.
Probably one of
It would
his
make more
daughters
sense than
he'd
the other way.
have. He's a playboy millionaire. He's fucked a bunch of women.
Playboy millionaire philanthropist toy.
I do like that one part in the movie where
Billionaire.
the first time he sees him, he's like, "Oh, I'm not actually here," and then the second time he's like, "You'd care if you were here," and he's like, walks out of the suit. And he's
That was
like,
obvious.
boom.
That was obvious.
I know, but it was funny.
It was good. Funny.
Yeah,
Is that what you got from that moment?
it was funny and heartwarming.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
How is that? What the fuck? How is that? What the fuck?
That was like that moment was supposed to be. Oh shit, he's actually here.
No,
Yeah.
it was.
That was that
it
moment.
was funny because oh shit, he's actually here. Okay, but it was also heartwarming because like wow, he cares. He actually cares.
I don't
Why
I
are you
like
looking off
Captain
in the distance,
America in
Devin?
that movie.
That's
Captain
not the
America
scene.
was the best part
You're
of
crazy.
Spider-Man.
Dude, you can't just say
that
that's
is not incorrect.
Okay, but you can't just say that was not that scene.
That's not that
Everybody
scene.
draws
I
something
would
else
not
from the
use
scene.
heartwarming.
I would not use either of the things you said to describe that scene.
He was giving him a talk like he's being his dad.
He was.
He's giving him a father figure,
He
even
was.
though it's a Tony Stark father figure.
He was bitching at him. Sure, in a fatherly way. That's not.
He was
Or a
there.
boss.
that
Him
moment.
being present was heartwarming.
No, he was present because he
He was
knew
so
he had
pissed
fucked
off.
up that he had to go there himself.
I guess.
That's the point of why he was there.
I guess.
It's not an I
That
guess.
can work.
That makes it not heartwarming. That makes it, oh, you fucked up, son.
Give me the suit.
Here's the bitching that you're gonna get.
Where is my super suit?
Here's the bitching you be getting. Where's my super suit? Here, let's go to the gift shop so I can buy you this dumbass T-shirt.
Is England your city?
What?
It sounded like you were trying to rhyme.
Why is it gotta
What
be
the
England?
fuck are you talking about?
Never mind. I guess only I get that reference.
Yeah, you do.
It's all right. It's all right. I won't be mad about it.
Okay.
Next subject, please.
In other news,
Let's look at the old phone here and see what we got.
Is it that thing me and you talked about?
I don't fucking know what we talked about. What did we talk about?
Rocco's Modern Life.
Yeah, that is one of the things. Rocco's Modern Life is coming back for a hour special that will take place in the new world. So the story is that Rocco, like Rocco, Heifer, and then the turtle, whatever the fuck his name is, they were actually lost in space for some reason. Like they started in the
Is that how
night.
the show ended?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
They
It's
started.
one of those shows.
They started in the 90s. They come back to today. They like landed back or whatever. Like finally, we're home.
So
It's
in
like
the new world, you mean the modern era?
modern day, yeah.
Modern day.
And they're like, I don't think this
Not
is the 90s.
America.
They say in the trailer, there's a trailer. They're like, I don't think this is.
Hey, Hef, I don't think this is the 90s anymore.
Oh, jeez, Rocco. I don't know. He sounds something like that. and then the turtle's like, wait, that's the turtle call. Oh Jesus, oh he's like that. He's like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
When you were announcing it, you did sound like a newscaster.
Those were one of those very
I don't remember
bizarre
now.
shows from the 90s.
You sounded like a newscaster.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a lot of weird ones like that.
I love that show though.
Well, I mean, like, his job, like, he was a phone sex operator.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, he wasn't.
Who?
Rocco.
Oh.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, he wasn't.
Then what was he?
Stick it in my aux cord, baby.
You're saying what his job was from a fucking picture that you've seen off the internet.
Probably.
Yeah, I know you are. That wasn't his job. That was
What was his job then?
that
Kinda
was
argue me.
that was an episode where he was on the phone in his fucking kitchen.
That
think-
show, Ren and Stimpy, and Cow and Chicken, all those really weird, awful shows.
I wish they'd bring
Rural
back Angry Beavers.
That's
Monsters.
That's
Angry
Nickelodeon.
Beavers was
Uh,
great.
I know
Rocco-
they all look the same.
Rocco was Nickelodeon. Our Real Monsters was Nickelodeon. Cow and Chicken was Cartoon Network though.
I know they all look like the same.
Ren
in
and,
my head.
Ren and Stimpy was Nickelodeon, which is
Was Angry
fucking
Beavers
crazy.
Cartoon Network?
No, it's Nickelodeon.
I liked Angry Beavers. Didn't like Cow Chicken.
Cow and Chicken was just bizarre.
I bet if we watched it now, it'd be fucking amazing though. It's one of those shows. It's like
yeah.
It's like Billy and Mandy.
I liked that at the time. Anyway.
Yeah, I liked that at the time, and I like it going back to it.
Mogar.
Hostel Gato.
I thought you didn't like it because it's creepy and scary, or creepy. And
No, I got over that, but that was definitely not a plus to me. I did not get over freaking Courage the Cowardly
I
Dog. That
just
was
about to
too
say,
weird.
Yeah, I can't go back and watch
The
that
freaking
still.
eggplant episode scared me.
It's amazing.
Dude, the fetus episode scared me.
The
Because-
freaking hole in his tooth grossed me out every time.
Do you not remember the fetus episode? You know what I'm talking about?
I
No.
don't know
That
what
weird
you're talking
fetus
about.
looking thing. It's like floating in nothingness.
There's one where like a fox steals
No.
the old lady every night, or
And the
is about to like
slab guy.
get her.
That fox is fucking cool.
The
creepy.
fucking slab guy.
Who's the slab guy?
It's like the mummy or something out in the distance. He's like,
Return.
Oh. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What a weird show.
It's awesome.
Suffer my curse.
It scared me.
I'll be watching that Rocco's Modern Life hour special.
If it succeeds, you'll see more old shows come back, probably. Like Hey Arnold's coming back.
Well, that was announced. They're gonna have that movie. That was announced like 2 years ago or something
really?
like that. Yeah. The last episode of Hey Arnold ends on him like finding a map to where his parents got lost in the jungle, and he's like, "Grandpa, I found this map," and like that was a cliffhanger that they just left off on in that show, and so now the movie is about them going and like using the map to go find his parents or what happened to him or wherever the shit. So
you mean just like the cliffhanger they left in Young Justice Season 2?
yes, it's so fucking similar. Why don't you tell me about its similarities?
Oh, I'm just saying it was
The
a
fact that it
cliffhanger.
exists.
The fact that it's a cliffhanger.
It's a cliffhanger.
That's it.
Yep, that's it.
All
What else
cliffhangers
did
are
you
the
want?
exact same.
Did I say that?
Just like Cliffhanger, the
You
movie.
implied that.
I did not imply that.
You implied that what I was saying was the same thing that you just brought up.
You
You were
assumed my implication.
How about
You
the first
said no
the first level in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2?
What about it?
It's called Cliffhanger.
Yeah, what about that one?
Oh,
It's
you're hanging
called
on a cliff.
Cliffhanger.
It's exactly the same.
It's in the snow. You get to use the heartbeat sensor.
That was a good level.
And you're like, yeah, I'm fucking climbing. Fucking climbing. And then you fall because you forget to press both the triggers.
You fall, and then you realize you're back to playing Call of Duty.
Anyway,
There's gonna be a movie on Netflix. It's called Bright. It stars Will Smith, and
I thought there was more coming.
he's a cop, and imagine it if it's like modern day or whatever, but modern day they have magic. So like mixed fantasy with modern day. So like his partner is like a troll or whatever the fuck. I don't know what he is.
So like the world of Shadowrun.
I don't know what that is.
Think D&D only modern. Same thing.
Roll to arrest this man.
So
Oh no, one.
I didn't say D&D.
I just mean the world, not the
Sure.
not the things.
So it's like like in the trailer, because there's always a trailer. In the trailer, like he walks outside, there's a pixie that's like just bugging him and stuff, and he's like,
Hey, listen.
No, it's like he's like
Fuck
throwing
you.
rocks at the window or whatever. There's the story is like there's some girl that has like a magic wand. And they're like gonna like
Use
they need to get it. There's like
Is it cool?
It's cool. It looks really cool actually. It looks very
Netflix show or movie?
inventive. It's a Netflix movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm excited for it. Will Smith is cool.
You know another movie I'm thinking of that I
Yeah.
want to go see that features magic, a black man, and the modern day?
Dunkirk.
Nope.
Oh,
Dark Tower.
I was gonna say
is Dark Tower modern day?
I think.
yes.
It's modern day and old time. It's weird.
It's two different worlds, two different
The gunslinger.
dimensions.
Or whatever he
The
is.
gunslingers from the parallel world where the Dark Tower
The
exists.
trailers look cool.
And
Are you
he
trying
protects-
to set something up, Trey?
Yeah. Let's go see that movie. And Dunkirk. I want to go see that as well.
What is Dunkirk?
Dunkirk is the new Christopher Nolan movie that's about World War II.
It actually happened.
Never mind. I remember.
I don't know.
Did
how
you
true this
remember
movie
from
is.
when I said it immediately after I said it? Got
Yep.
it. Okay. Never mind, Devin. You're finished with what you're saying. I remember it now.
Yep.
You're amazing sometimes.
Sometimes I just don't hear you.
Yeah, I get that.
Mostly because I don't want to listen, but
I also get that.
I try.
So,
Dunkirk's getting a lot of good reviews.
so what peak critique are we going to do then?
Do both.
Master of the show.
I suggest you guys do both.
Do we want to try
Did
and
you
do
actually
want
watch
to try
it?
and do both?
I guess. Dark Tower didn't come out for a while, I don't think.
Oh, does
I
it
can
not?
watch
Oh,
Peak
well, if
Critique.
that's the case, then yeah, we could do both of them.
watch all of that one because I was in the middle of
Talking to the mic.
I didn't watch all of your last peak critique because I was in the middle of pooping, got done pooping, and then I had to go do something else and forgot to go back and watch it.
Okay, that's fine.
Just so that everybody knows that I was pooping.
Did you like my edits?
They are hilarious.
Thank you. Trey hasn't watched it.
I did too watch it.
I don't believe you.
He doesn't believe me.
Say the one thing that I want you to say about it. and
Nope.
Yeah.
I
do
didn't
it.
realize I have my mouth freaking open all the time.
In the ghost house.
That really annoyed me.
All there is to eat is ghost flavored candy.
Didn't realize how big my bottom lip is, but I think that's like my goatee making it look like a bigger shadow.
I didn't realize how much I talk out of the side of my mouth.
Okay.
How I do like a fucking Rocky thing.
In the
Where he's
ghost
like,
house.
I do that. Just like I can't believe that.
Day 2 in the ghost house. All there is to eat is
Thank
ghost
goodness they're
flavored.
both kind of quiet, because that way they'll at least hear our conversation.
Yeah, because we're actually having one,
Yeah.
and not a dumbass being Jonathan and and whatever Isaac's doing. I can't call you a dumbass because I don't know what you're doing.
In the ghost house.
He self-proclaimed what in the beginning? We can call him that.
You guys never watch Film Cow? Well, Film Cow does a bunch of things like Charlie the Unicorn, Llamas with Hats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have this thing called the Ghost House, and for whatever fucking reason, he put it on a stream on an infinite loop and played it for like 6 hours straight because it loops itself. Like the ending is the beginning. Of, yeah.
That's how loops work.
Fuck off. All right. So it's like day 1 in the ghost house. There are ghosts in here, and it is spooky. Day 2 in the ghost house. No, because I said it wrong. Because every day ends with, oh shit.
Oh, okay. I mean, I get the general idea. That sounds funny. I like those.
Does it sound funny?
Well,
Yeah, I'm fucking horrible at doing
I
shit,
like-
so
I
you
like-
should just watch it.
I like. Oh, I
Not
like.
my sense of
I
humor.
like the llamas with hats and the Charlie the Unicorn.
I
so-
did not. I've only seen. I don't know what Charlie the Unicorn is beyond this one thing I saw, in which they were like stole his kidneys or something.
Yeah, that's the yeah.
Is that the one thing? Because that was the stupidest
yeah, That's
thing.
the original video.
He's
That was
still
so
working-
popular, and I don't know why.
He's still working on the finale. It's actually gonna come out
It's
pretty
really
soon,
funny.
I think.
I saw it back in middle school.
You watched all the llamas with hats with us, though. Did you like those?
I don't remember
Dude,
any
it gets
of that.
so dark so quick.
I didn't watch that, did I?
Carl, those are human hands, Carl. My stomach was making the rumblies. Carl, that only
Carl.
human hands could satisfy.
I think I did. Either I
Yeah.
did, or I just remember you guys quoting it a lot.
Okay,
Like I don't know what I remember.
it's really funny. It's really good.
It's good dark humor, kind of like Oni's Leo and Satan.
Stupid
I still
doesn't
never
never
seen
works.
that.
You've
with
never
me.
seen Leo and Satan?
No, because I watched one. I was like, this is fucking dumb. I just couldn't get into it.
It's fucking so great.
I watched like 30 seconds of it. I'm like, I cannot get into this.
Satan.
I will eat your ass.
Classic Satan.
Yeah, see, it's that. It's like it's not funny.
It's fucking hilarious.
Where's the joke? I will eat your ass.
No.
Ha ha ha!
That was just a stupid improvisation that I did. That's not even fucking close to representing the actual content.
Okay, I didn't know if you were quoting a thing.
No,
I figured you were quoting a thing. Okay.
I'm not good at remembering stuff.
Okay.
Welcome to the club.
So we'll have a peak critique.
Don't say the crap we're gonna have, because freaking never do.
Possibly.
I wasn't gonna say
Say the
that.
stuff that's
I
is up.
wasn't gonna say that this week. I wasn't gonna say it.
Okay.
I was gonna say in the future we're gonna do a peak critique of Dunkirk or
Dark Tower.
Dark Tower or something like that.
My
Or
problem
both.
is Dunkirk is probably going to be too good to do a review. There's only so many times you can say, yeah, it's good.
Then this is what we'll do, Trey.
We got to
We'll
go
watch
bad
the
movies.
we'll watch the movie, and then we'll be like, "Nope, that was too good. We can't do it." And then we'll do another movie.
Okay.
That's
I do want-
fucking genius.
It's fucking stupid. What do you mean you can't? It's too good. Impossible.
Do you think you have more to say about something when it's good
Yes.
or versus when it's bad?
I could talk to you about Spider-Man: Homecoming for a while.
Beyond just saying what it is?
I could say why I like it, give my opinion,
It's
which
fun.
is the point of the show.
It's fun for me to try to find bad things in great movies, because if they're really, really good, there's so little wrong with it that it's so hard to find a single thing you can grab onto and be like, yeah, this is stupid and this is why it's stupid.
Why would you do that?
So you're just like being a dick.
Because
The
you
guy
like
who
you're
doesn't like
trying.
it.
You're trying to find something you can't. That just proves
No,
how
you're
great
trying
it
to
is.
do it. Why are you trying to nitpick a fucking movie all the time?
Why not?
Devin, you do that all the time as well.
Those are things I just happen to see. I'm not looking for those things.
Oh, okay.
I'm not actively being like, let's see what kind of problems can I have with this movie. I don't do that.
See the way that guy read that paper?
Javon
Screw that guy.
Javon thinks
that guy
I do
over there?
that. Javon thinks I can't enjoy a movie because of that. I do not do that. If you told Javon that, he'd be like, well, then you're watching movies wrong.
I don't watch a movie actively to see anything wrong with it, and I don't go back
You
to
just
do
said that.
No, I'm saying I'm thinking about watching after I've watched the movie. I'm trying to think of anything that stood out to me that was like, wow, that was stupid. And if I can't think of anything, well, hey, that was a great movie.
Okay.
Or I just didn't care. One of the two.
Trey will decide what peak critique we do since it's his show, and that'll be out sometime in the future. I've already said we have a peak critique episode last week, but I'll say it again. Watch our peak critique of Baby Driver, because Baby Driver's a really good movie, and you can hear our opinions on it, because that's the point of the show.
I come to realize I think it's an okay movie.
I like it. It's a good movie.
I like it too, but I don't think it's great. I think it's okay.
Okay.
Watch the peak critique to find that out.
Watch it, because his opinion wasn't that when we made it.
Yep.
He's come to now realize it's okay, or whatever he's just said. And then we have episode part 2 of Injustice 2.
It finally happened.
It's out on the channel. We actually recorded part 3 so we could have it just in case we didn't record this week, which we might not be able to record this week.
We absolutely can't.
We absolutely can't. There you have it. There's no Injustice Part 3 this week. We actually recorded Injustice Part 3 in the case that we couldn't do it this week. But it fucked up, so yay.
Gotta play the game for a third time.
I'll buy a new computer at some fucking point, and then that'll solve the problem finally of why the video keeps on fucking itself. So there we have it. And as always, this podcast that you're listening to comes out on Wednesdays, as always. I'm so glad that the people that are listening, they enjoy our stuff. They keep coming back.
They listen all the way through.
They listen all the way through.
They don't get done pooping and then forget.
You know, they don't listen to, you know, the analytics tell me otherwise. They say that 4 minutes is the max, but, you know, I know that an hour and 48, which is what we're going on right now, I know for a fact that the people, you know, they enjoy this. So I just want to say thank you to you guys. We love doing things for you. So I think that's all we have to say. We're going to have... What's up, Jonathan? You want to say something?
Devin doesn't sound sincere right now, but the look on his face says otherwise.
The look on my face is, man, I would love it if I could say this and it were true.
This podcast has been brought to you by the letter P.
Well, that just killed everything. Just end it right there. P for period.
What is that?
Freaking done.
What does that have
Full
to do
stop.
with anything?
I don't know.
Why do you... Then don't talk, please.
No.
Bye. It's
No.
over.
I did want to say to John's comment, like, if there is somebody out there that is listening to this, I really do appreciate you listening. The one, maybe two. Two is a stretch. But to the one or two of you, I really do appreciate it. Thank you. You like something about us, go tell your friends. If you have friends. We don't have friends.
That's why we're doing this.
That's
We
why
all
do
hate
this.
each other.
Mm-hmm.
You should cut this into the front of the podcast so they can actually hear it.
Yeah, so they can hear it. Yeah, that's a good point. I will say though, we're trying to work on streaming, so in the future we're going to.
What?
You looked at me like, don't say shit.
No,
I thought you were
was
doing
listening.
that. Okay.
I was looking at my phone.
Oh, okay. We're working on streaming. We're trying to figure that out at the moment, and we're gonna be trying to stream some games. So, you know, like for instance, if we don't have like Injustice up on the channel for whatever fucking reason, that prevents us from doing it that week, then we will more than likely, we'll be streaming. Jonathan will be streaming as well. Like, he will be streaming the most. You want to talk about that, Jonathan?
Not yet.
What do you mean?
We're still not set up yet. I wouldn't like to discuss that until I'm ready to go.
I'm just saying, like, you plan on streaming, though.
Yes.
You want to tell him, like, how often? You want to tell him, like, what you are thinking about doing? Do you want to tell him, like, what you'll expect?
No, I haven't gone that far yet.
Do you want to tell them where to find you so that once it is up, they can find you?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and...
Look at a
Go ahead.
picture of Nicolas Cage in Kazakhstan taken today.
That's for a new movie.
What a dumb idiot.
I saw that. It's
Nikolai
Cage.
Cage.
It's for a new movie. Yeah, so to watch us stream, you will go to twitch.tv/thestreampeak. That's right. TheStreamPeak. The Stream Peak. We couldn't get ScreenPeak. We couldn't get Screen Space Peak. We couldn't get the Screen Peak. We couldn't just get Stream Peak. We had to get the Stream Peak. So please go there to the Stream Peak to watch us stream. Like, we'll tell you when. Just, you know, make a note of it. Make a note of it that we're gonna be there on Twitch. if you tune in to Twitch, sometimes if you go and you follow our channel right now, you'll be notified of when we are streaming. I think that's how following works. I don't know. You'll be notified of when we do start streaming, so you can go ahead and follow us there. And if you're lucky, you might catch us doing some testing, and being dumb assholes. So there you go.
Every day.
Yeah, every day. Alrighty. Tune in for next week's podcast when we don't talk about Dragon Ball Z
Or comic book movies.
or Code Lyoko.
No, but that's forever.
Good night.